Every day, the little boy would bring a basin of water to gently wash his bedridden mother's hands. The nurse, touched by his thoughtfulness, tried to comfort him and urged him to find his father and go home with him. The boy nodded obediently and asked the nurse to take care of his mom while he went out to buy her favorite buns, hoping they'd lift her spirits. With permission granted, he grabbed a worn-out bag from the corner and left. As he stepped outside, he glanced longingly at a happy family of 3 walking together. But instead of dwelling on it, he went back to digging through trash bins, collecting bottles to sell. Dragging a sack nearly as big as himself, he trudged to the recycling center. When the owner heard the boy was collecting money to buy food for his sick mother, he offered him extra cash. But the boy politely declined, knowing he hadn't earned it. He wasn't just saving up for food, he was saving to find and reunite with the father he'd never met. Back home, he found his mom trapped in a nightmare. He gently held her hand and started telling a fairy tale to calm her down. The woman, weak and barely conscious, was suddenly reminded of the man she once loved, the same man who used to tell her stories with the same soft voice. 5 years earlier, her life had turned upside down. Her family's business collapsed, her mother was gravely ill, and her greedy stepfather was eyeing what little was left. The man she loved back then was just a poor nobody. To protect him from being dragged into her family's mess, she cruelly pushed him away, both emotionally and literally. She smashed the handmade buns he brought her, stepped on them, and said she hated them. "You'll never afford anything I truly want," she told him coldly, before walking away with another man she claimed was her fiancé. The man tried to chase her down, but her car sped off, leaving him in tears on the roadside. Now, 5 years later, that same man had become a powerful CEO. His wealthy grandmother organized an extravagant matchmaking event, promising that whoever married him and gave birth to his child would inherit 45% of the family business. But the man had never dated another woman since the heartbreak. He was still stuck in the past. Meanwhile, the boy finally found his way to the event and spotted the CEO, his dad. A reporter asked the CEO why he had remained single all these years. His shocking response? "I'm infertile." The room fell silent. The wealthy women in attendance immediately lost interest, and his grandmother rushed over to cover his mouth. Just then, the boy ran forward and called him Dad. The CEO, confused, assumed it was a mistake until the boy pulled out a drawing of him, sketched by his mother. The man's face changed. He snatched the drawing, stunned. It was unmistakably him. He turned to his grandmother, demanding answers. She was just as shocked as he was. To prove his identity, the boy offered a strand of his hair for a DNA test, but the CEO walked away in disbelief. The boy, heartbroken, thought his father didn't want him. But his grandmother kept looking at him, noticing how much the boy resembled her son as a child. She quietly took a strand of his hair for testing. That same night, the boy, now out of money, stood outside the hospital. A group of kids mocked him for not having a father. He tried to fight back but couldn't stop the tears. Wiping them away, he forced a smile before stepping into his mom's room. But his mother was fading. She was in the final stages of cancer, with only a little time left, and the boy knew he had to find his father soon, before it was too late. Elsewhere, the CEO couldn't stop thinking about the woman he once loved. In a dream, she appeared again. But he woke to find his grandmother storming in and yanking out his hair for DNA testing. When the results came back, they confirmed it, the boy was his son. The grandmother immediately dispatched an assistant to bring the boy home. Meanwhile, the boy had another fight on his hands. His mother's stepfather tried to seize her property, demanding a key stamp of ownership. During the scuffle, the stamp fell. The boy grabbed it and ran, but the man caught him and tried to force him to give it up. Just as he raised his hand to strike, the CEO burst through the door, just in time to save his son.